So, Habari Gani, what's the news? Your response is going to be whatever the principle of the day is, and we're celebrating the last day, which is feast night, because we like to make sure that everybody eats when they leave up out of here. And so we celebrate the feast night, even though it's not. Kwanzaa starts officially on December 26th and ends on January 1st. Now, we usually go ahead and celebrate the last night on December 31st because we try to mix it all in together along with the holidays. And December 31st is a good time to do that because you bring all your families together. So I will say Habari Gani, and your response today will be Imani. Habari Gani.
Imani.
Thank you. There are 7 principles for Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa, people say, what is Kwanzaa? And if I was going to actually give you a whole history of Kwanzaa and where it comes from, because I always hear people telling me about how fake Kwanzaa is. People tell me how fake Kwanzaa is, and Kwanzaa is not fake. Kwanzaa is faith. Kwanzaa is remembering, it is reflecting, it is sharing. That is what Kwanzaa is. And so I enjoy Kwanzaa, and I like to bring Kwanzaa to the community. I know that we get some people that come every year, and we get new people every year that come to celebrate Kwanzaa. For me, it's really exciting because I've always celebrated Kwanzaa since I was 9. So it's always been in my life, a part of my life. Kwanzaa has been. That's a time when we get together. That's a time when I see friends I haven't seen in a long time. I see all my nieces and nephews that I don't see. And this is really hard for us this year because my mom is not here, my sister is not here. One sister's fighting cancer right now. So it's really difficult. But Kwanzaa brings us all together, and we come and we get strength from each other. Kwanzaa is about remembering people from the past, and it's about remembering your sense of responsibility and what your purpose is. All those things are Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is unity. It's believing in your community. It's participating with your community, bringing community people together, living together, working together, playing together. It's Kuji Chagalia. That's self-determination. It's about making sure that when people say you can't, that you just keep going. Because there's always going to be people that say you can't. And I've learned in my life, which is a long life, I'm blessed, I've learned that I have a chart on my wall at home that says haters. Haters make you greater. So people always be trying to knock me down and saying, no, you can't. And I'd be like, oh, I got another one. It must be important. You know, it must be important that somebody's taking the time to criticize what I'm doing and don't have time to worry about their own self. So, yes, I'm self-determined. Sometimes people say I'm just bold or whatever. But, yeah, I'm self-determined. The next principle is Ujima. And Ujima is collective work and responsibility. And that is everybody's responsibility to make sure that you take care of the people that you work with. Your community, wherever you are, whatever your community is, you all have to work together. We can't get anything done by yourself. We always have to depend on somebody else. We bring that forward. Collective work and responsibility. We do that together. Ujamaa. Ujamama. That's what we say. That's what we always said as kids. But it's Ujamaa. I know. See, this is my friend. Ujamaa. But Ujamaa is cooperative economics. And cooperative economics is spending your money where you live, taking care of those small businesses. Yep, we like Home Depot. Love them. But I go to the hardware store. That's where I go. Because they need to have me come in that store so they keep those doors open. Because when Home Depot decides that they're going to go online and you need that screwdriver, you don't want to wait 3 days or 2 days for Amazon to bring it to you. You want that screwdriver now. And the only way you're going to have it now is if you go to the hardware store that's in town. So you have to make sure that we keep that money in the community where you live. That's cooperative economics. That's Ujamaa. Nia. Nia is the 5th principle. It is purpose. We all have a purpose. Now, some people know what their purpose is right away. Correct?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We know what our purpose is. Sometimes it takes other people longer to figure out what they want to do. I never knew what I wanted to do. I always say I'm a Toys R Us kid. I don't know what I want to do. So I tried everything. Travel school, cooking school, daycare, art history major. I did everything. And then I wind up right here. So this is my purpose. It's my calling. Who knew that's what it was? Because I always played with dolls. I always liked buildings, and I always liked art and history. So it all came together. Who knew? So we all have a purpose. Kaumba. Kaumba is creativity. And creativity is finding inside of yourself whatever that is, that thing that you do. We all have it. We just don't want to show it. We all have something special. We are all unique. We all have talent. And people say to me all the time, I don't have a talent. Yes, you do. Even if your talent is saying, I can't. That's a talent. That's a talent, right? You say, I can't do it. But of course you can do it. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. We just have to be relaxed, and you have to learn to let go, and you have to get comfortable doing those kind of things that you never tried before. So like I said, I've tried everything. I tried to paint, and I thought I was great. It didn't look great to some people, but I painted on my furniture at home from some stuff I found in the trash bin, and painted some design. And then I had a yard sale, and everybody bought that crap. My husband couldn't believe it. He was like, "You really sold that?" Yeah, I really, listen, I sold a doll made out of a lamp with just a head with some paper, newspaper magazines on it. And somebody paid me $400 for it. So what you may not think looks all that good, you need to put it out there. Put it out in the universe, because when you put it out there, somebody else is going to take it and bring it back. Because it might not look good to you, but it's going to look great to somebody else. My $400 tells me that all the time. I just kind of look at that, keep that in my mind. And the last principle is Imani. And Imani is faith, and it's believing in yourself, believing in your people, believing in your community, believing in your family, your friends. That's all it is. And we can all believe. And I believe that every year we do Kwanzaa every year, and I say to myself, they're going to show up. Somebody's gonna be there, so I'm gonna drag myself and be there, because I know that this is a good thing. It's always good when you can bring people from different cultures together, when we can introduce different types of art. I try to reach out to every community, every culture, every ethnic group. I'm always trying to form that collaboration with them to say that we're open. We are open when we want to have that topic. And today is the time that we really have to do that, because it's a crazy time out there, but there are like-minded people. We are looking for something. And I get it. I get the other side too, that side that says we want to take the country back. But how far are we going? Because we're here already. So we need to work on what's here and improve it. And that's just having faith. So I have faith that even though it looks kind of crazy outside right now, that I know it's going to get better. So I don't stress over it like some people, and some people cry, and people come and tell me all kinds of stories about how hard it is, but we have to look for the resources. We have to depend on each other. We can't go around and put name tags or labels on each other. And I tell you something that's really funny is that next month, February, we're having an exhibit, and we're bringing in the recruiters from the black colleges from down south. And so I'm having this conversation that I'm going to have HBCUs come here, because I keep hearing kids saying they can't go to college and they can't get there. And there's a lot of money. So I had 2 interns that came to me that work at the museum, and one called me and said they can't come. But I have 2 that called me, and both these interns, I knew them when they were younger. And they graduated from HBCUs. They're Caucasian. They went to school on a full scholarship, 4-year scholarship at an HBCU. They took African American Studies. They went there on one went on a bowling scholarship, and somebody else went there on rowing. She does rowing. Before they went, we had this conversation, because you're trying to tutor and try to mentor people all the time. I try to do that all the time. And I'm always saying, be open. Because it says it's a historical black college, don't sit here and tell me about discrimination and about how it's not fair that they have these ways. If it's a HBCU and you're Caucasian, then you're a minority. So why ain't you applying? We have to stop looking at these things that's like this is discrimination because it's not. We have to think outside the box. Make it work. That's what I said to them kids. Make it work. If you come to me and you ask me to help you find some scholarship money, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you find some scholarship money. But we have to look outside the box because, you know, my mind doesn't think like this. My mind thinks like this because the whole world is open for all of us. All we have to do is look for the things that we want. And so there are all kinds of possibilities for everybody, and we just can't keep ourselves in the box. And that's why I like Kwanzaa, because it reminds me of all the possibilities that there are. So during Kwanzaa, you just hear my whole little speech I just gave you, the 7 principles. The 7 principles are called the Nguzo Saba. You guys are going to remember this because you're going to have a test. This is just not me talking. This is going to be your test. It's the Nguzo Saba. And actually, what I like to do is I like for everybody to have and get involved. What you have in your hand are ears of corn. The ears of corn are called muhundi. So remember that. Muhundi. Muhundi. It's Swahili. It means corn. You have an ear of corn for every child in your family. I can't have mine because I would have a big bag. But you have an ear of corn that represents every child. And we keep those all the time. Kikombe cha unity. Kikombe cha.
Cha.
Okay. Kikombe cha, say umoja.
Umoja.
Kikombe cha umoja. That's unity. Kikombe
Kikombe.
cha
Cha.
umoja.
Umoja.
Okay, you got it?
Not really, but yeah.
You gonna help them. You remember? Kikombe cha umoja.
I knew that.
I told you this was a test. Everybody's in. It's full range right here.
I will get like a 5%.
You never know. Oh, this one holds this pocketbook. Let it go. Let it go. Mine though. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. Beth. Green. Can you go look in I need another one. Who's out there? Mike?
I don't know.
Okay.
The seeds out there.
Tasi, can you look and find me a green one? There should be one right in the gift shop.
I don't know where the torch is, so.
You know? We'll find it. I probably could fake it. Kanara. Okay. So each one of you will have a candle. The next people. The candles all together are called Mishumba Saba. 7 candles. But I'm going to give each one of you a candle that will represent your principle. Okay? So remember that. Faith.
What's the candle again?
Mishomba Saba. Oh, you writing it on there, taking notes?
Technology, right?
Taking notes. Okay. Okay. Emotion. Chagalia. Ujima. Ujima. Somebody else has one.
I gave the gentleman over there with the
Okay.
technology.
Nia.
Nia?
Nia.
What about the Mushamba stuff?
That is all together, but that's when we have it all together. But when I call that name, you're going to come and bring it. Okay? So remember what it is that you have.
What was it again? I gotta write it down.
Nia. Nia. So we incorporated all these other things that go on. This is what we call our altar, and I incorporate all of these other items Kwanzaa is red, black, and green. It's red, black, and green. It's part of Pan-Africanism. It comes from Marcus Garvey, which is where they got this whole idea of doing the red, the black, and the green, because Marcus Garvey was striving for self-pride. And so the red represents the struggle, the black represents the people, and the green represents the land. When you go and set up your altar for Kwanzaa, you usually lay those colors down. Then you usually get another colorful print. Sometimes we get dressed. I just threw this on. Then we have to lay down a straw mat. The straw mat is called the makika. Oh, you found it was black? Okay. But we'll make it work. We're gonna pretend. It's kind of green.
This is green.
How many candles
It's
are up
green.
there? 6?
How many candles do we have? 1,
Okay,
2,
here we
3,
go.
4, 5.
No, If you have a candle, when I call out the principal, can you please raise it? Umoja. Kuji Chagalia. Ujima. Ujima. Nia. Kaumba.
Use the notes.
Oh, thank you. Kaumba. Nobody. Right here in the red. And Imani. Remember, Imani is faith, and Imani is the black candle, and the black candle is the candle that lights everything else. And then on the last night, that's when we go and we light all of them. But we light the black candle, and then from the black candle, we light everything else. And it always burns. The candles always burn all night while you're celebrating Kwanzaa. The candles from off the Kinara, they always stay lit. They stay lit to remind us. We incorporate different things. I don't have a tree. Usually we have a tree, and it's a tree of life. It's a branch. That's all it is a little branch. And you take this branch and you put pictures of your elders on top of the branch. You hang the pictures on, and then you hang white lights. That helps you to remember your elders. When you have Kwanzaa, you lay down your makika. And I'm going to see if I can get this thing off of here. I'm going to find somebody that's going to lay it out. You can't. How you going to lay it out? You got the what? What do you have already?
Look at your notes.
Remember?
I have the notes.
Yeah, you have the notes. What do you have already?
Umoja?
No. What is it?
Coffee?
You. Wait a minute. You got a partner over here.
I do?
Confer with your partner.
Over and ask her.
You have a
Howdy,
partner.
partner. Howdy, partner.
Yeah. You got a partner.
Hey, she got it.
You got it, right?
Amanana. Oh,
Kikombe,
idea. Kikombe.
Cha,
Sha.
Umoja.
Umoja.
Do you need a lighter?
No, I need this little person that's having fun.
Uh-oh.
Come on. Come on up. What's your name?
The force is with you. Come on.
Yeah, come on. What's your name?
Henry.
Henry.
And this is Noam.
Noah?
Noam.
Noam.
Everybody gets confused.
Okay, I'm not confused. I just in here. Okay, so this is the straw mat. And who are you?
Charlie.
Charlie. Great.
I don't want him.
Okay. Noah. Oh no. Noam. Henry. Charlie. I didn't know that one. Okay, so look. This is called a makika. Can you say it?
Machika?
Makika.
Makika.
It's a mat. And you have to lay down the mat because anything you do, you have to have a strong foundation. So I'm rolling it here. And you're going to bring it down. Come on.
Get in there, Charlie.
Oh, down the
Charlie, you're going to pull it onto the end. You're going to bring it onto the end. You got it? Okay. We have our mat down because this is our foundation. Now, we need our kanara. we need the Kanara. Oh, hello.
That wasn't.
Thank you very much. Okay, you make sure that it gets right into the center, please. Okay, you're gonna stand to this side because we're gonna call out some principals. There's 7 of them. When I call them out, I want you to go and retrieve them for me. Okay?
I'll be going.
Okay, turn around. Retrieve means to go and get.
I know.
That's what old people do. You know, that's why parents said that's why we were here. Okay, so who's ready?
Me.
Okay, so I want you to say, see that over there? It says Umoja. That means unity. I want you to say that out loud and look around the room and find out where it is.
Umoja. I'll do the next one. Oh no. Is that it?
Put it right here.
That one?
Yeah, put it in there. Because we don't have another green one, so we have to fake it till we get it. Okay. Very good. You got it? Oh, no. You know why? Because look, check this out. Sometimes it has to shave, so you have to do it a little twist. Okay. Kuji Chagalia.
Kuji Chagalia.
That means self-determination. Tell them.
It's my dad.
Is it? Ah. You want to make sure you say self-determination. Turn around, let everybody say.
Self-determination.
Okay. Okay.
There it is the green. Here?
Yeah, put it there. Hold on. It's all right. It's all right. We'll get it together.
The green just punched it off.
Okay.
I'll
turn
shave
around.
it. I'll shave it off. I'll shave it off.
You're gonna shave it?
I'll shave it.
It's only a candle, mothers. This is the great thing about Kwanzaa. It's only a candle. Okay. Got it? Look, you need the next one. Charlie.
Charlie Chaplin.
I want you to say Ujima. And that's collective work and responsibility. That means they gotta work together. So you have to call them out. Say it loud. And look around and find out who that is.
Ujima.
Say it in the back. Okay, this is a good one.
How do you memorize all of these?
Listen, it's easy if you do it forever. Plus, the best thing about Kwanzaa, check this. First of all, you have to get gifts at the end of the Kwanzaa ceremony. You get a gift. But if you was doing Kwanzaa and you was celebrating 7 days, right?
Yeah.
You would get 7 presents.
Ooh.
Check that out. You would get 7 presents. And everybody that you know, we have to give you a present. Everybody that came to your house, you would get a gift. I don't know what's wrong with that one. We put it here. We're just messing them all up today, but that's okay. Okay, look, what do we need? Ujima.
Ujima.
It's in the back. It's in the back. You know what that is? Cooperative economics. That means spend your money wisely where you live. Okay?
How did I know I was gonna go there?
Because you know, just so smart. And you know what goes on this one?
Another green.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so turn around and look. You see that sign up there? Number 5? What is that? Oh, who said it?
Nia.
Okay, scream it out loud.
Nia.
That's me.
Oh, the note taker. What does that mean?
Oh, no.
Okay, turn around and tell them.
Purpose.
Look at that.
Look, it says purpose.
Yes, it does.
See,
Charlie,
you have to remember it is on
You
the
can't
wall.
read. So,
The third one is Eugenia. Eugenia.
right there.
Eugenia.
Who has it? Did you hear Charlie? Say it again, Charlie.
That's how you knew them all. You were looking at the posters.
No, it's in my brain. It's in my brain.
Charlie said Kaumba.
Charlie, you heard Charlie? Charlie said Kaumba.
Number 6. Creativity.
Oh, listen to you. Get down. I'm liking this here.
Creativity.
How you doing, Charlie?
I love creativity. Like the power, like to create things. It's very fun.
Okay. Now the last one we want. You're looking for it, huh?
Money.
Who said that?
Me.
You remember that?
I love
Oh, you looked. Okay, say it loud. Say it loud.
creativity.
No.
Money.
What is it? What is it?
Money.
What does it mean?
Faith.
See? You have this down. Okay. So these are our 7 candles for our 7 principles. Now,
And they're all
you need
they're all
the Kikombe Cha Umoja. And we have 2. Guys,
so much.
listen. Kikombe Cha Umoja. Okay, say it. Turn around. Say it. Because somebody has it.
Kobe, Cha, emoji.
Umoja.
Emoji.
It's good because we did that too. Come on. Look. Charlie. Charlie.
Charlie.
You looking? There's another one. Right here.
For the meal.
Okay. So look. Turn around. This is the easy one. We want the muhundi. Yeah. Turn around and look.
Mahundi.
Uh-huh. You right. See?
What is it, Marundi or
Muhundi.
Corn.
Yes.
It's corn. You can just
You know
say
what it
corn.
represents? No, we're saying it in Swahili.
You can just say corn.
But you know why? We celebrating the first fruits. And this is the crop. And you are crop. You children.
I am not corn.
Yes. You're valuable. And that's why they have the crops. And then somebody has Mazeo. Who has it? Mazeo. Somebody has it.
The trumpet of fruit.
Yeah. We have some real fruit for you.
Trumpet of the fruit. Trumpet of fruit. It's gonna go right in the flora.
Okay.
Oh,
So I would normally light these candles, but I think we're just not going to light them right now because we would light them and then we would leave them up there. Since I have you rambunctious, you know what that is, helpers, I think we would be better off and safer if we didn't. Now, we have a libation ceremony. Libation.
Libation.
Here.
The fruit of the plants. Wait, what?
Okay, so it's not going to, you have to hold it. Okay? Okay, turn around.
Okay, on the fruit. Okay, on the fruit of the plant.
Okay, turn around. This is good because we have to do a libation. Okay, and so a libation ceremony talks about our ancestors. And so usually we have to have a drink, but then we have to pour one for our ancestors too. So I'm just going to put a little in here, and then you can pour it in. And so then I'm going to drink out of it, and then we're going to have another unity cup because Beth is going to get a whole bunch of cups. And then we're going to pass it out, and then everybody will be able to have their own, and you'll be able to talk about your own family and the people that's important to you and your family.
Drac.
You know, because like my grandfather passed away.
Drac is my bearded dragon. He passed away.
Okay, and so we would have something for him. So for us, we first have to have something. We have to say something about the ancestors that passed away. So we talk about. Let me think. As I think about this.
Or the cup.
Okay, you know who's important for us?
Everybody. Me.
No, Rosa Parks.
Not
No,
you.
let me go back. Sojourner Truth. It's going to be Sojourner Truth. So I put a little bit in there for Sojourner Truth. You know who Sojourner Truth was?
No.
Sojourner Truth was this black lady who walked because she said one day, I'm not no slave and I'm not no runaway. And so she walked, and she found her freedom by walking. And she walked from New York all the way to Massachusetts because she said God told her to just walk because she had faith. She said she wasn't going to be no slave. And so she said, I woke up one day and I'm no slave. And nobody stopped her and nothing. She just picked up her bag and she just walked. And everybody, and there was slaves all around. People running around catching all the slaves. And she said, I'm no slave. And she just walked. And they let her go. And she got to her destination. So that one was for Sojourner Truth.
Is that true?
Yes,
I had to tell.
absolutely. I'm going to come to your school and tell you some more stories. Now, this one right here.
You're out of water.
Yeah, but that was for Sojourner Truth. So this one right here we're going to give to, let's say,
Drac.
no, let's say, you want to do one for, well, let's do Clovette, let's do Clovette, what's her name? Taylor. Clovette, is it Clovette Taylor? Clovette Cloven. Clovette Cloven, right? My eyes getting old. She sat on the bus before Rosa Parks did. Did you know that? So let's give one to her. So we give thanks to her because we walk in their steps because they worked hard. Okay? And all these people I'm telling you about, if you read about how hard they made, people talked about them, people beat them, everything. But you know what? They still made it. So no matter what, if you go to school and people call you names and say things about you and do ugly things, pay them no mind because you have to remember all these other people. Sojourner Truth, Clovette. You have to remember all those people, okay? Yeah, I know you know this one. Martin Luther King, you know him?
Yes.
Okay, what'd he say?
He gave a speech to stop slavery, I think.
Not slavery.
White people being mean to the black people because that's true. There's true. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. There's separate water fountains they use.
Yep.
And like separate parts of the bus.
Yes. And so, what did he say?
That has to stop.
Absolutely. And you believe that, right? You see those bathrooms I got back there? You can go in any bathroom you want to. Because you're a person, no matter what, okay? So we have to do that. Now you want to do one for...
Drac.
Okay, tell us about it.
Okay. Drac was a very, very sweet dragon.
Okay.
Very, very sweet. I think he died when he was just 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And
why is he important?
And he was a very sweet snuggler. I actually once fell asleep snuggling him.
Oh, so that was your snuggler. So we all need something.
Yes, he means a lot to me.
Okay, you have somebody?
Jelly?
You have somebody?
Me?
Yeah, do you? That you want to remember? That was important?
How about my grandma?
Come on,
This weighs so much.
pour it in.
This weighs a lot.
Talk about it. Tell us why she's important.
That weighs so much.
Well,
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, slowly.
perfect.
Okay, talk about your grandmother.
So, well, she made my mom, and I love my mom.
So that's why she's important?
Yeah, and she taught my mom everything she knows.
She taught your mother everything she knows. There are people always that's in our lives that are important that we have to remember. And so our libation tells us to go back and reflect and to remember. And remember the things that they did that helped us through. And when things get difficult, then you go back. You always have to go back. That's what Kwanzaa is about. It's about going back and remembering all of the good that things that people did for you, because that's what helps you get through. That's what helps you get on the other side. It's all about faith. It's not a religious holiday. It's a celebration. And that's what it is. So we have to remember all of the good parts. Okay, so now we're having a libation. And so you take a sip, and we pass the cup around. This is what happens. You take a sip, you pass it around with your family and your friends. Everybody has their own cup, though, because you don't want our germs. But, like I said, it's a little bit difficult for us. And it's Harambe. And Harambe means coming together. So you take a sip, you say Harambe, and you would normally pass the cup. So, Harambe.
So we got water in there.
Yeah.
Harambe.
Yeah. What you think? Ooh, what you think? Okay. Are we done? Okay, now this is the best part.
Yay.
So they say. I need a drum.
A drum.
You can go get the little one.
You could use your cup as a drum.
So, no, I don't use my cup.
Why do they need a drum?
Really? No, I don't use that. Okay, so we sing, and all the songs that we sing during Kwanzaa, even though they got some new spiffy stuff out now, they didn't used to have these spiffy songs. So the songs originally, because Kwanzaa started in 1968, it was right after the Civil Rights Movement. It was during that time.
I want to drink.
And so they would sing songs of Kwanzaa. The first song that we usually sing is Plenty Good Room, because Plenty Good Room is a song that brings everybody together. It really makes you pay attention, because you're asking people to do something. So we sing Plenty Good Room because it brings people together. It tells you what you're supposed to do. It's call and response. Okay, are we ready? You have your words.
I don't.
Oh, I need to read it. Because they also change the words up all the time. So, plenty good room, plenty good room, plenty good room in my Father's kingdom. Plenty good room, plenty good room. Just choose your seat and sit down. I would not be a liar. I tell you the reason why. Scared my Lord might call on me, and I wouldn't be ready to die. Oh, there's plenty good room, plenty good room, plenty good room in my Father's kingdom. Plenty good room, plenty good room. Just choose your seat and sit down. I would not be a backslider. I tell you the reason so. Scared my Lord might call on me, and I wouldn't be ready to go. Oh, there's plenty good room, plenty good room, plenty good room in my Father's kingdom. Plenty good room, plenty good room. Just choose your seat and sit down. I'm going to teach you one that's not in this book, but I think you need to have it. It's one that I teach all the time. It's one that I do all the time with my kids. So my kids are very creative. You know, Kwanzaa is all about kids coming up with things to do, which is why we're so happy to have this talented guy right here going to come and entertain us in a minute. But you need to have to know these principles. And so it goes, first principle, Umoja. Second principle, Kujichagulia, self-determination. Third principle, Ujima. Okay, now you're supposed to know these principles. So when I sing them, when I call them, you're supposed to know them. Remember we went through all those principles?
Let's do a remix.
Okay, you ready? First principle, Umoja. Second principle, self-determination. Third principle, Ujima. Fourth principle, Ujamaa. Fifth principle, Nia. Sixth principle, there you go. Cool. Kumba. 7, principal. Imani. Okay. I hope everybody got it. You got it?
Yeah.
You sure? Now I'm going to point to you. Not mine pulling out that cell phone. Ain't going to work. First principal. Wrong. First principal. Oh, you're looking at Okay, that's good. You got me full. Umoja, second principal. Kuji Chagalia. Kuji Chagalia. You got it? Kuji Chagalia. Self-determination. You can do this. Second principle. Self-determination. Third principle.
Ujima.
Fourth principle. Ujama. Fifth principle. Sixth principle. Kumba. Seventh principle. Oh, you can't see it. It's way down. Seventh principle. They helping you out. They told you it's Imani. It's Imani. So it's easy to sing the songs. The reason why you sing the song is because you want people to get loose. And we really want you to get loose. But they sang those songs because there was a struggle. And they wanted people to know that it was going to get better. And that's why they sang their songs. When you sing the songs in the Kwanzaa book, there's freedom. Isn't that old freedom? When you start singing these songs, you will start to write your own lyrics. The room writes the lyrics because everybody is singing, and so when we start to sing the song, because they're long, you will write your own lyrics. Do you hear me say this? What I said? When we sing the song, you will write your own lyrics. It's because we're going to sing the song, and then I'm going to be looking for somebody to step in with the lyrics. You ready? Okay. We're going to do Paul and Silas. Eyes on the prize. Paul and Silas bound in jail. Got no money for their bill. Keep your eyes on the prize. Fight on. Fight on. I need that chord. Fight on. Okay, here it goes. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. Oh, fight on. Keep your eyes on their prize. Fight on. Black man came from Africa. From his homeland he is far. Keep your eyes on their prize. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. Oh, fight on. Keep your eyes on their prize. Fight on. I'm going to do a lyric. Fight on. Kwanzaa in Mansfield. Kwanzaa is in Mansfield. Bringing people together, showing some skills. Keep your eyes on their prize. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. Oh, fight on. Keep your eyes on their prize. Fight on. Okay. We're gonna fight. Boom, boom, boom. For you, Moja. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna fight. Boom. fight for Nia. We're gonna fight for Kaumba. We're gonna fight for Imani. Fight on, fight on, fight on, oh, fight on. Keep your eyes on that prize. Fight on, fight on. Okay, I think I got one more for you. It's pulling it, because you know I don't sing. Y'all can see how bad this sounds, right?
Score is 10-10.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me, over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free and be free. No segregation, no segregation, no segregation over me, and before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free and be free. No border walls, no border walls, no border walls over me, and before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free and be free. Verse. Verse.
I got nothing.
I got this.
Got it?
No.
Go ahead. Got it? You got a verse?
I got it.
What? Yeah. You got a verse? No? There's a lot of stuff going on. We're supposed to get all that energy out. Because you can't go out and throw rocks, you can't go out and throw stones, you can't jump up and down. But we can sing, and we can be positive, and we can say it's not going to happen, we're not going to allow it. But it does no good. Singing makes you feel good. It gives you power. It makes you want to go. It gives you the strength to keep moving. And that's what we want to do. I don't know. That's a lot of energy. I'm too old. I can't move like that. But that's what it is. So with that, we want to have some entertainment for you. And I think I want to save you for a minute. I think I want to have Beth and Aaliyah come first.
Hello, I am Beth Dinesco,
And I'm Aaliyah Harris.
and we are with the All Stories Theater Company, which is the resident theater company here at the National Black Doll Museum. And we are once again honored and grateful that Deb has invited us to join the Kwanzaa celebration. We are going to be, as Deb said earlier, doing the part of Kwanzaa which is reflecting on the past and how it impacts and talks about the future and the present. The principles of Kwanzaa, which we've been talking about, were numbered and named in 1966, but they have always been practiced and honored in African and African American homes and communities. As a reflection on this reality, we'll be reading today some Christmas-related writings by African Americans across the decades, each demonstrating one of the Kwanzaa principles. So to begin with, interviews in the 1930s with former slaves often included their recollections of Christmas before emancipation. According to most accounts, at Christmas, enslaved people got presents from slave owners made up of rare things: multiple days off from work, good food, clothes, liquor, money, toys for the kids, and a chance to have parties of their own. They also got some temporary passes to travel to visit relatives on other plantations. Frederick Douglass criticized this gift giving because he thought it was an attempt by the slave owners to lull the to thank you. Frederick Douglass criticized this gift giving, especially the liquor, as attempts to keep black slaves in a stupor so the slave owners wouldn't have to worry about their running away during the commotion of the holidays. And there was reason for slave owners to scheme in this way, as Douglass suggested, because many slave rebellions actually happened right around Christmas, and Christmas was also a prime time when enslaved individuals ran away. This was true exactly because Christmas was a busy time with lots of distraction and movement. Harriet Tubman famously rescued her two brothers on Christmas Eve. And Ellen and William Craft escaped in disguises. She was dressed as a male slave owner, and he as her slave, on Christmas Day. So in our first passage, we'll hear the words of William Craft recounting the couple's decision to escape. It is a striking example of self-determination, or
Kuji Chakalia.
the Crafts are rejecting the people who labeled them as slaves and claiming their own identity as free human beings.
She thought it was almost impossible for her to assume that disguise and travel a distance of 1,000 miles across slave states. However, on the other hand, she also thought of her condition. She saw that the laws under which we live did not recognize her as a woman, but as mere chattel, to be bought and sold or otherwise dealt with her as her owner might see fit. Therefore, the more she contemplated her helpless condition, the more anxious she was to escape from it. She said, "I think it is almost too much for us to undertake. However, I feel that God is on our side, and with his assistance, notwithstanding all the difficulties, we shall be able to succeed. Therefore, if you will purchase the disguise, I will try to carry out the plan." William Craft continues, and note the sarcasm at the end. Some of the best slaveholders will sometimes give their favorite slaves a few days' holiday at Christmas time. So after no little amount of perseverance on my wife's part, she obtained a pass from her mistress, allowing her to be away for a few days. The cabin maker with whom I worked with gave me a similar paper, but said that he needed my services very much, and wished me to return as soon as the time granted was up. I thanked him kindly, but somehow I could not be able to make it convenient to return yet. And as the free air of good old England agrees so well with my wife and our dear ones, as well as with myself, it is not at all likely we shall return at present in the peculiar institution of chains and stripes.
Christmas for slaves was, despite the break from their labor, actually a time of great stress and fear, because January 1st was traditionally the day slaves were sent from one plantation to another, sometimes sold, sometimes sent out temporarily, and anyone old enough to know this would be worried if they were about to be separated from their loved ones right after the Christmas holiday. Author Paul Laurence Dunbar, known as the first great African-American poet, also, is who we will hear from next. He also wrote short stories and novels. The following is from Dunbar's story, Christmas at Shiloh, written in 1904. Dunbar, himself the son of slaves, shows us characters who once lived in fear of separation, now cherishing their much more secure lives. This reflects the principle of Umoja, striving for unity in the family and in the community.
To the black people, joy came, and with it the visions of other days, the visions of the dear old days, the hard old days back there in the South where they had looked forward to their Christmas from year to year. Then it had been a time of sadness as well as joy, for they knew that though the week was full of pleasure, after it was over must come separation and sadness. For this was the time where those who were to be hired out, loaned, or given away, were to change their homes. So even while they danced, they sighed, and while they shouted, they moaned. Now There was no such pressing fact to daunt them. Christmas would come. They would enjoy themselves, and after it was over, they would go back to the same homes to live through the round of the months, in the midst of familiar faces, and among their own old loved ones. The thought gave sweetness to their labor, and the responsibilities devolved upon them imbued the sacred holiday with a meaning and charm that had never come to them before. They bubbled over with importance and with the glory of it. A sister and a brother could not meet without a friendly banter.
Our third selection comes from Lucille Clifton, a revered and award-winning poet. Her poem, Listen Children, speaks to the principle of Mia, purpose, living in a way meant to restore African people to greatness by honoring the elders and teaching younger people the truth about their heritage.
Listen, children, keep in this place you have for keeping. Always. Keep it always. We have never hated black. Listen. We have been ashamed, hopeless, tired, mad, but always, always, we loved us. We have always loved each other. Children, always pass it on.
Langston Hughes, poet laureate of the Harlem Renaissance, wrote many poems specifically about Christmas. One, entitled A Shepherd's Song at Christmas, is told from the point of view of a young boy wondering what to bring the baby Jesus. His choices follow the principle of Columba, leaving the world a more beautiful and better place than it was before we got here. And it exemplifies the Kwanzaa value of giving gifts from the heart rather than material things. Here it is.
Look, there's a star. I, among the least, will arise and take a journey to the east. But what shall I bring as a present to the king? What shall I bring to the manger? I will bring a song I will sing in the manger. Watch out for my flocks. Don't let them stray. I'm going on a journey far, far away. But what shall I bring as a present to the child? What shall I bring to the manger? I will bring a lamb, gentle, meek, and mild, a lamb for the child in the manger. I'm just a shepherd boy, very poor am I, but I know there is a king in Bethlehem. But what shall I bring as a present just for him? What shall I bring to the manger? I will bring him my heart, and I give him my heart to him. I will bring my heart to the manger.
Howard Thurman was a theologian, university dean, and writer who served as a spiritual advisor to Martin Luther King Jr. His Christmas poem here, entitled I Will Light a Candle, reflects the principle of Ujima, collective work and responsibility. The speaker in this poem is committing himself to helping those in need.
I will light a candle this Christmas. Candles of joy, despite all the sadness. Candles of hope, where despair keeps watch. Candles of courage, for fear ever present. Candles of peace, for tempest-tossed days. Candles of grace, to ease heavy burdens. Candles of love, to inspire all my living. Candles that will burn all year long. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, when the shepherds are back with their flocks, the work of Christmas begins. To find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among others, to make music in the heart.
The Kwanzaa principle of Ujama, cooperative economics, is not easy to find in a poem. So instead we took a 1921 profile from Hampton University about one of their alumni, a doctored businessman named W.T. Fuller, who had recently opened the first black-owned bank in Suffolk, Virginia. His example is Ujama in action.
Dr. Fuller has worked tirelessly and effortlessly for the health, prosperity, and general welfare of his people. During the Red Cross drive under his direction, colored workers collected gifts amounting to $2,700 from the colored people of the community. To the Liberty Loan, the same community of colored people subscribed $110,000. The new bank, of which Dr. Fuller is president, promises to play a most helpful role in the lives and educations of the Negroes of Suffolk, not only by encouraging saving, but by making a special effort to protect the ignorant, unwary investor and borrower from unscrupulous lawyers and fraudulent promoters who, unfortunately, are found lurking about in even the best communities, wherever there is a sufficiently large group of ignorant people to prey upon. The bank is now operating in temporary quarters, but will soon be building an appropriate home for itself. The bank statements show healthy growth with rapidly mounting deposits. The Christmas savings, representing the small deposits of school children and others for their next Christmas, which in 1919 were $3,000, increased to $9,000 in 1920.
And now we come to the final value, Imani, faith. For this, we go to the world-famous Dr. Maya Angelou and her 2005 work, Amazing Peace, a Christmas poem. In this poem, Angelou returns to a theme she frequently addresses, the unity of the human family. Her words are filled with hope and belief in the victory of the struggle for good in the world.
Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes, and lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Floodwaters await us in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow to avalanche our unprotected villages. The sky slips low and gray and threatening. We question ourselves. What have we done to affront nature? We worry God. Are you there? Are you there really? Does the covenant you made with us still hold? Into this climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters. Streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high in the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor, come the way of friendship. It is a glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence, and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Floodwaters recede into memory. Snow begins a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our aged as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things. Even hate, which crouches breeding in dark corridors. In our joy, we hear a whisper. At first it's too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is louder now. It is louder. Louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for. Not just the absence of war, but true peace. A harmony of spirit. A comfort of courtesies. Security for our beloveds and their beloveds. We clap hands and welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We, Baptist and Buddhist, Methodist and Muslim, say, come, peace, come and fill us and the world with your majesty. We, the Jew and the Jainist, the Catholic and Confucius, implore you to stay a while with us, so that we may learn by your simmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community. It is Christmas time, a halting of hate time. On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves to ourselves and each other.
Thank you and happy holidays.
I went to Sharon to do a presentation, and he was in the audience. And as I was speaking, he had me on the floor rolling. And I just had to have him come here because he got jokes. And I said to him, well, you're a funny guy. He says, oh, of course, I'm a comedian. This is what I do. This is my thing. Really? Okay, I'm gonna call you. He said, really? I said, yeah, I'm really gonna call you. You got a routine? He goes, oh yeah, just call me, I can do anything. You're not afraid? Nope. So he's 9-year-old with an attitude, more than that.
Mom, did you write
He
that?
knows what he wants to do. He's a 4th grader at Heights Elementary School in Sharon. He loves soccer, cars, politics, and likes playing with his dog. Now his dog's name is, tell everybody your dog's name, because it's got nine names to it.
Got Selena Gomez, El Chapo Gustavo, Skip Saha, Bertino.
Okay, y'all hear that? That's the name of the dog. What you call him?
What?
What's his nickname?
Gutsy. Or
Gutsy.
got Selena Gomez.
Yeah, got Selena Gomez. But it's got 9 names. So Shahab has had the honor of working with Norman Lear from All in the Family. Okay, because he got skills. He's no joke. He's telling you. He told me that.
Well, I am a joke. I'm a comedian.
I know. He's a comedian. So, and he also was on FX Network's American Divided series. I don't know if you've seen that. But he was also on TV, so he's not afraid. And he was chosen out of 500 kids to audition on a major TV show at NBC Studios in New York. So he's quite experienced. So you don't have to pay all that big money to go downtown to see somebody. But this little guy right here has you all covered. So he likes to perform. He has his routine, and I'm dying to see it, so I have to sit myself down because I want to see this, because nobody has ever did that to me, ever.
I believe
To
it.
have my mouth shut. He had me go.
Sure, should I start?
The floor is yours. Wait a minute. You want to introduce yourself?
I think you just did.
Okay.
So, recently, since you guys know it's been getting a little cold outside, my mom's been making me chicken soup. And I hate chicken soup. It's not your show, it's mine. So, my mom is a very good cook, and I have to give that to her. So I guess it just runs in the family because I came up with my own recipe. It's called cold soup. I haven't even said the joke yet and you already laughed. So it's called gold soup. And there's one secret ingredient. Do you know what it is?
Gold.
No.
Oh.
24 carats. So this one I need a volunteer. You! Someone I totally don't know, named Ken, that lives next to me. So, I want to see what you think. So, say you were English in the living room, English in the kitchen.
English?
English.
What do you mean English?
Like, you're English.
Okay, I'm English.
You're from England.
Okay, England, okay. I get it.
What would you be in the bathroom? I only want his answer. European.
Good one. Done with me.
Yeah, get out of here. Exit's that way, buddy. So, this is actually a really nice room. Nice people. Nice wall.
Nice.
Really nice walls. Speaking of walls. Oh, I know what you're thinking. I'm not talking about that. Speaking of walls, I've always wanted to walk through a wall. Wouldn't that be really cool? But there's one easy way to do it. And it's really simple too. It's a door. So recently my my backpack has been getting pretty heavy, really heavy.
Mine too.
So it's been getting really heavy and I don't know why. So I checked inside and see what was going on. I found like there was a lot of water, and I was like, where the heck did that come from? And then I saw my math book. It was crying. And I said, why are you crying? He said, I have so many problems and you can't solve any of them. That hurt me. So recently I've been sneezing a lot, and my tissue has been dancing. How the heck did that happen? I put a little boogie in. So this is something I need to admit to everyone. It will really feel good when I get this off my chest. Recently, I've been wearing diapers, but for 2 reasons only: number 1 and number 2. So yesterday, I was at my dentist, and the receptionist, she was a lady. She said, "Always be nice to your mama, 'cause she has the hardest job in the world." And then I say, "That's why I'll never be a mom." So, do you guys know what the difference between broccoli and boogers are? No? Anyone?
Because one you can't eat and one you can.
Close enough. Well, kids don't eat broccoli. So I'm gonna leave you guys on a very high note. So since I'm ending, I'm gonna leave you guys on a high note.
That's good. That's
Goodbye.
So that was our high note. I've been waiting to get him for a long time.